In the factories and hangars of Russia, an aircraft is being built that worries everyone in Washington since, according to European sources, it will be superior to the F-35 Lightning II. This mysterious competitor will be able to reach a speed of Mach 1.8, or 2,200 km per hour, without using afterburners, and can even be piloted remotely by a pilot on dry land. This is the Su-75, one of the most ambitious war promises of the Kremlin. On paper, this new stealth aircraft is truly impressive, but then again, it's a long way from paper to the skies. There is a long way to go to see it operational, and even more so for it to enter service. But as we are enthusiasts of impressive aircraft, today we invite you to learn more about one of the most promoted projects of Sukhoi. Come with us to Russia to board the Su-75. The future king of the skies or pure propaganda? Although the Cold War between the United States and the Soviet Union is a thing of the last century, Moscow and Washington remain in constant competition. The numerous aerial defeats suffered in Ukraine highlighted the Russian need to update its fleet of combat aircraft. Although the Ukrainian army received aid, a power like Russia cannot be defeated by a country that, on paper, is militarily inferior. That is why the Su-75 CHECKMATE is part of an extensive agenda to take Russian aviation into the future. With a history of great chess players, naming its future fifth-generation aircraft CHECKMATE sounds like a suggestive idea. Surely the Kremlin hopes that this unit will be a lethal piece to beat the United States on the Great World Board. The Su-75 prototype was unveiled during the 2021 MAKS airshow, in a ceremony attended by Vladimir Putin himself. One of the first issues that caught the attention of experts is the similarity between the Russian plane and the F-35, at least on the outside. Both planes have dual movable tails, a long fuselage housing a single engine, and diamond-shaped wings. But, before we shout from the rooftops that the CHECKMATE is a copy, let's keep in mind that all stealth aircraft are restricted by aerodynamics. This determines 100% the design of the fuselage and many other issues related to the shape of the plane. The motorization has not yet been revealed, but the engine should feature vectored thrust, with the nozzle axis capable of shifting both up and down. For sure, it will be similar or derived from the Saturn AL-41 engine, although the Kremlin has kept this information in the deepest of secrets. As could be seen at the 2021 exhibition, the new Sukhoi will have the landing gear moved to the left side of the plane, and will have a FLIR, or spherical infrared camera, in the front part of the cockpit, just like the Su-57. The ends of the trapezoidal wings are also interesting, in which missiles and detection or electronic warfare pods can be loaded. According to the aircraft's designers, the CHECKMATE is intended to fly with a range of up to 3,000 kilometers, carry a payload of up to 7,400 kilograms and reach speeds of up to Mach 2. The fighter will also feature an internal weapons bay with 5 missiles and an automatic cannon, all inside the aircraft, to enhance stealth capability. In case of missions that do not require stealth, it can also load weapons externally. It is estimated that the CHECKMATE will be highly adaptable, and will be able to carry a huge variety of weapons, be they with infrared guidance, for ground support operations and even for combats beyond the visual range of the pilot. This aspect is important to keep up to date and give it a longer lifespan. A closed design is more likely to fall behind technologically. Another curious fact is that it will only weigh 18 tons, very little compared to the 30 tons of the North American F-35. The Russians boast that their active array radar system is capable of tracking 30 targets in real time continuously. It also adds a state-of-the-art electronic warfare system and integration with other battle systems, supposedly in the style of the F-35. As we analyze the list of capabilities that the Kremlin lists, the Su-75 seems more like an illusion than something possible. According to Sergei Chemezov, General Director of Rostec, the company in which Sukhoi is integrated, the Su-75 will carry a group of integrated drones that will be able to engage 6 enemies simultaneously. In addition, a future version will be unmanned and can be coordinated with manned units thanks to artificial intelligence. They also state that there will be a 2-seat version, a short takeoff and landing version, and another capable of operating from aircraft carriers. These capabilities make experts doubt Russia's ability to carry out such a project. Keep in mind that the Su-57 has been constantly delayed, and although several units have already been completed, mass production has not yet started almost a decade after its public presentation. The Su-75 presents another problem since, even if they could make a prototype that flies, the Russians themselves admit that they need the support of a foreign investor to pay for this party. It is rumored that the United Arab Emirates could be interested in paying for development and production so as not to be dependent on American F-35s or the French Rafale, but for now these are all rumors. In part, this need for investment explains the ostentatious presentation of 2021. Russia needs to promote its project and generate as much interest as possible to bring it to life and not add it to the graveyard of incomplete projects. Kremlin engineers sure took notes after repeated delays with the Su-57. Repeating them would be fatal. Before continuing, we want to know your opinion. Do you think that Russia has a chronic problem with unfinished projects, or is it bad Western press? You can leave your answer in the comment box. According to those responsible for its production, each CHECKMATE will cost between $25 and $30 million. It's not a cheap model, but compared to the F-35's $70 million apiece, it looks like a godsend. Of course, when it comes to warfare, too good to be true also applies, and not because it's about Russia. If we can learn anything from the tortuous path of the North American F-22 and F-35, it is that the initial prices can rise up meteorically, especially when trying to apply new technology. Even so, even with the possible questions, this worries the United States a lot. Russia is not an economic power like China, so its strategy to expand networks of alliances is to collaborate militarily with similar countries. Having a $30 million fifth-generation fighter on the counter is a huge draw for any nation looking to forge new alliances. Every day new projects are added to this arms race that increasingly resembles the Cold War. At the moment, the Su-75 is just an ambitious idea, but it's also true that this is how some of the best aircraft started. Thank you for joining us until the end, and we'll meet again in the next episode of Military Aviation.